welcome to day 2 of 31 Days of Indie Horror. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I have a special guest here, my best friend, Jackey Hall. You might remember from last year's 31 Days of Indie Horror. Yeah, you did it last year as well. That. Yeah. So we decided to come back and do this again, and we did the 2005. God, it feels like it's a 1990 something movie, but it's 2000.
I graduated in 2005.
2005 werewolf movie, Beast of Bray Road. So Beast of Bray Road was directed by Lee Scott and written by him, and is an asylum movie. Like I said, it was 2005.
Was it his first movie?
No, his first movie, I believe, was a movie called The Beach House, and then he did a movie called Art House, and then he did this. And then he did this. I'm not sure which one came first, this or Frankenstein Reborn.
But this was the first for the asylum.
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
No?
I don't know if this or Frankenstein Reborn was the first for the asylum, but they were both made around the same time. So I think Frankenstein Reborn might have been first, but I'm not sure. It's one of the earlier works of Lee Scott. And honestly, this is the first movie I ever saw. So real quick, I'm going to give you a little background of why I chose this movie. And there's a specific reason, too. So when I was... I guess I was working at this water park, and I was not in a very good place. I was not happy. I was very depressed and sad, and just not really doing too well.
Welcome to life.
Welcome to life. I end up saying to myself, you know what? I'm gonna turn on Sci-Fi, the Sci-Fi channel, and see how that is, and see what's playing there. Because usually the Sci-Fi channel makes me happy. And so I saw Beast of Bray Road was playing, and I turned it on, and Matt Kaczynski's in it. And Matt and I knew each other from MySpace and everything, and I was familiar with him, and I was like, I want to see this. I gotta check this out. So I watched it, and I was like, this is a pretty decent sci-fi movie. I really liked it. It made me feel good inside. And since then, I started following the asylum, and obviously they grew big with Sharknado and all that stuff. But before then was this movie. It was
still a cult following,
yeah. Well, I mean, their stuff exceeded Elizabeth Banks was talking about that on Twitter. You know what I mean?
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Okay, well she's a famous actress.
Cool.
Yeah. But anyway, you know who Elizabeth Banks is?
Nope.
She was the Charlie's Angels director, but I think or something. She had something to do with that. Anyway, whatever. Anywho, yeah, we got a dog who wants to come and be part of this.
He's gonna be part of the show.
Yes.
Just sit down. There you go. Okay. Take your seat.
All right. So, basically, I got to be a huge fan of Lee Scott, and I bought all his movies based on this one movie. So I really couldn't wait. And Jackie said she had never seen it, so I was like, this would be the perfect movie for us to review.
Which is weird, because I've known Lee since 2009, when I first started working for him.
So it's funny, you graduated in 2005. And then you worked with him in 2009, so 4 years later, you worked with him. That was nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she did a movie called Chrome Angels, a.k.a. Cyborg Conquest.
Chrome Angels sounds so much better.
I know. I like that title better. But she did that movie with Lee, and also other stuff. You did a really cool short with Lee. I mean, you big fan. You enjoyed working with him and everything.
Course.
So... having been, seen this, what is your initial, reaction to it?
Well, that really depends on, what we're basing this off of, because you make me watch a lot of really bad movies.
I do.
For me, this was not a horrible movie at all. It was watchable. Some of the stuff that you watch made me want to blow my brains out.
Okay.
We do have to go there. This was watchable. So if this was if this is one of Lee's first beginnings as a feature film, I would have to say that it's decent. Right. Honestly, and that's big coming from me, and it's not even because I know and like Lee. It's because it actually kept my attention, which is almost impossible.
Had it not been Lee, I think you still would have felt the same.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
you know,
I was like, okay, it's got good cinematography. It's lit well. The acting's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there might have been a couple scenes or whatever that's a little bit, too over the top or too little, But I actually kind of like those scenes, but particularly.
But I did notice a lot of the same stuff going on.
Right.
That he's done in prior movies.
You mentioned...
Especially in the movie that I did with him.
Yeah, you said that. Like, there was a bar scene.
Yeah.
And that were in basically both movies. In a way, like, there's a scene where...
Worded differently.
But, like, it was something like even your line, too.
Yeah.
About a Tic Tac.
Yeah.
And stuff. And in this scene in Beast of Bray Road, it was Jeff Didden who basically said, go back, get yourself a Tic Tac.
No, he didn't say Tic Tac.
Did he not say breath mint?
Breath mint.
He said breath mint. Go get yourself a breath mint and go back to your guys. And that's kind of what you said, right? Like,
no, I said, how about you go grab yourself a Tic Tac? How about you take a step back and go grab yourself a Tic Tac?
Yeah.
Was my line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit different, but a little bit similar.
But it was kind of like deja vu-ish because it was in a bar that looked almost identical to the one that we shot in.
Yeah.
And they were playing some kind of game. I don't know if it was pool or whatever it was. Zeke! Sorry, my dog is super annoying. Stop it.
But that's great. I mean, considering this is his one of his first forays into filmmaking, and then then he's still using the same kind of stuff and
well, he still has the same sense of humor, and I think, obviously the times have just changed, so he's just upgrading it a little bit sometimes, and he throws it in here and there, which is awesome for, a lot of actors do that with their things, a lot of directors do that with their things, where they have a little special thing they like to throw in here and there.
Yeah. So I really enjoy this movie, mainly also because it's a werewolf movie. Werewolf is my favorite subgenre of horror.
I don't know what is happening right now.
There's a dog behind me. Behind us, basically. Literally. So I'm a huge werewolf fan. Are you a huge werewolf fan? Do you like werewolves?
It's coming
Are
down.
you a werewolf? And now he's coming in my lap. All right.
Sorry, guys. Seriously.
But yeah, no, werewolves are my favorite because I just love the mythology of werewolves. The idea that, full moons, you have to be bit by the werewolf to turn into a werewolf. I like the silver bullets, all the stuff that you see in those are actually in this movie. So, and it says in the beginning of the movie, based on a true story. It's based on a true legend.
Legend.
And so it should have said based on true legend.
Of where Lee actually grew up.
Yeah, so Lee grew up in Wisconsin, and this movie takes place there. Obviously, he's probably been to that road. I don't know if they, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like they probably even shot there, because I think they did film in Wisconsin, so they probably actually shot on the real Bray Road, did all the things that they could do to get it to be a real legit story like that.
These are all questions I could have actually found out for you prior to this interview.
Well, I didn't think about asking, but yeah, we could have asked.
But now I will ask, but not for this interview.
Yeah, well, find out later. Maybe that'll be a PS to the story. But yeah, it was amazing. I really enjoyed just the everything about it, the cinematography, as you said. The acting, the direction.
For it being a beat movie, it was not shot bad, and that's actually one of the number one things that keeps my attention away, is things being shot really badly.
Well, Okay, so I want to say this though. Like we didn't review last year of what's that Sharkenstein movie and everything. And I mean, it wasn't shot terrible, but it wasn't.
No, okay.
That was just cheesy as hell.
Okay, yeah, that's to me. That's two completely different genres.
Right. So you're okay
movie.
with that, right?
Sharkenstein was so stupid; it was hilarious.
Right.
This obviously was not trying to be that.
It was trying to be a real movie, like
yeah.
You know, I told you like I thought it reminded me a lot of Jaws. You know, and stuff. And they even said we're going to need bigger guns later. So I was like, oh, we're going to need a bigger boat. Like, we're going to need bigger guns.
I'm pretty sure that line was also used in Cyborg Conquest. We're going to need bigger guns. I would love to go back and look.
Yeah.
I'm on you, Lee.
I know.
I'm on you.
You seem to be using a lot of the same stuff for that movie and this movie, which is funny because now it makes me, because I have like 10 of his movies.
So now you want to watch
all of them to
see
if they all have like a Tic Tac line or if they have bigger guns lines or whatever.
I definitely know there's a we're gonna need bigger guns line because Stacey Dash says it in Cyborg Conquest.
That sounds like a Stacey Dash line.
No, she does for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna need bigger guns. I remember that.
That's
for sure
funny.
now.
But yeah, so that was great because
It's so funny.
I'm trying to do a review and I have a dog like literally in my lap right now.
Well, just
I can't even pay attention.
Just love him.
So basically, let's tell a little bit of the storyline. So the story takes place in Wisconsin. The idea is the small town. There's a new sheriff in town, which is typical of these kind of movies. The sheriff is like he's from the big city, so they call him Big City, which is funny because there's him as the big city, and then there's another guy that he calls Big Country. So there's Big City and Big Country. So basically, he comes in there, and all of a sudden there's like these deaths that are happening, or whatever. There's this one girl who's missing. They later find her. She turned out to be attacked by the werewolf, obviously. Then the werewolf starts attacking other people in the town. People kind of start dropping like flies, and everybody knows about, the werewolf thing. And at first, the sheriff, of course, doesn't believe it and doesn't think, and things can, whatever. It's a typical kind of thing where.
Do you know what?
What?
Like what connection I just made?
Another one?
Yeah, but it has nothing. It has really nothing to do with Lee, but it has to do with the Bigfoot Wars movie that I did.
Uh-huh.
How similar
is
the storyline?
I guess it's very similar. Like, there is a little bit of the sheriff. The only difference is the sheriff, played by Holt, was, and that was your father. That was one little thing. They didn't have, like,
still, the background of the storyline
like
kind
the
of
small town
seems like
getting
it
attacked by
stemmed from
a little bit, maybe. I mean,
that.
But maybe I think it's not just those two movies too. There's a lot of them like that, like there's a lot of them that came before and probably a lot that'll come after, that are similar. So
you are not supposed to be here.
Now there was another character named Zeke. So Zeke was named.
Zeke is just here.
Yeah. Now this Zeke wants to be part of the thing.
He's an attention hog.
I know, but it's okay. I can't help it. Like, he's not gonna.
His hair is floating everywhere.
Okay,
Stop scratching him. He doesn't weigh that much. Jesus.
I'm just trying to get him over there.
I mean, he's fat, but come on. Nope, and he's back.
Yeah. Oh man, this whole review is just gonna be Zeke coming in here.
Okay, everyone loves doggies.
I know. That'll probably get
Let it out, Zeke. And what did you think about the movie? Did you like Beast of Bray Road?
He slept through all of it.
But would you watch it again with mommy?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Sit
But
down.
anyway, yeah, he doesn't like the idea of like wolves getting shot, and stuff.
Yeah, because he thinks
it's like doggies.
Animals
Other
are
doggies.
shot.
So the town's being slaughtered, basically by this wolf, and this guy, I don't like. He says it was, I guess, on the internet or something, but Tom Downey plays a cryptozoologist who realizes that there's something here killing the people, so he's a scientist trying to figure it out. So that's another Jaws connection where it's, he's like the Richard Dreyfuss part, which kind of makes me sad because I guess they were trying to go with Tom Nagel's character as being the Quint part. But they kind of made, I feel like they kind of made Tom Downey into both parts.
I would totally just have a talk out with Lee before making assumptions on where all of this came from.
I know, but
because the same shit's in Bigfoot Wars. Judd Nelson, he's the scientist. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's all kind of like a similar kind of thing, but so anyway, in the movie they end up finding out who the werewolf is, and I guess we're gonna do spoilers because if you haven't seen it, you can go watch it on Tubi or you can buy it. Or anything like that, but it's the girl. It's the girl who owns the bar. She's the killer that's been killing everybody. Which, nobody would see coming really.
I didn't.
Yeah, she didn't see it coming. I didn't. When I first watched it, I didn't think she was the killer. And when you find that out, you find it out because he shot the werewolf's leg, and then he notices like she's bleeding when he comes to see her. So. Obviously, she's the killer. And then, more deaths happen, and then she gets killed. So, and that kind of... They sort of end up going where that they're going to go off and fight the next werewolf, in
another
16 days.
Could happen.
Yeah, like a sequel could happen if they wanted to.
But then Lee went on to make much better movies.
Yeah, well... And other movies, period. Like, he worked on, like, a bunch with The Asylum. And he never did, I don't think he ever did any sequels with The Asylum. Just did all these original, like, different movies.
No, but then he was with whatever sci-fi company that was forever.
Yeah.
That I did Chrome Angels with. What was the name of that company? Why can't I think of it?
I can't even think of it either. But Kenneth Badish's company, right? Yeah.
Ken Badish.
Yeah. So there you go. And I'm trying to think of the name because
I'm gonna look on my phone because it's driving me crazy. Sorry guys, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I don't have my phone. My phone's being used at the moment. But so basically in this flick, they find out who the killer is or whatever. So let's go into like each person, I guess. Like all the characters.
Whatever you want.
So Jeff Denton plays the sheriff, and he was wonderful. I loved him in it.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, and I've met him before. He's a really nice guy, and he's just he's been in almost every of Lee's movies in the basically in the Asylum. I think when he worked for the Asylum, they did like 10 movies, and all 10 Jeff Denton is in. Plus, I think he was also in Art House, and so maybe even Beach House. I think Beach House too. So he was in a few of the movies. He's worked with Lee a good amount of times, and I think he might still work with Lee every now and then, and everything for different projects. So
no idea.
No idea either.
Was it called Bullet Films?
No, but that sounds... Was it? I thought it started with an A. I swear to God it started with an A. Look at... What are you asking Lee instead? I guess that's the easiest way to figure things out. Go to the source, right? You could just ask Lee every question. Get the answer straight from his mouth. Hey, stop. You're making noise.
What is he not?
I know. So when Jeff Denton was the cop, was the sheriff. Then there was Sarah Leaving, who played Kelly. and she was wonderful. I enjoyed her. She did a great job. Then there was Tom Downey as the cryptozoologist, and he was fun. You know, the guy
I can't even say that word, by the way.
cryptozoologist. Or maybe it's cryptozoologist, something like that.
I don't want to say it because I don't even want to try to get it wrong.
Yeah, I probably got it wrong, but it doesn't matter because I'm not one.
Who cares?
And then there was
Yeah, you're not one, so who cares?
Matt Kaczynski played one of the Dennis. He was sort of like a little bit of the comic relief. He was sort of funny, goofy character. Noelle Thurman was amazing as one of the cops. She was kind of like, to me, she was sort of the, like the next in line. She was up for like election and stuff as being part of the sheriffs or something. So she was trying to make sure the town was happy and everything. And she was in charge for like 2 weeks. So, which I was wondering about that, but what are you doing?
I'm trying to take a selfie of me and my dog.
While you're shooting this review.
Why? So
Why
what?
not? Why not, right?
He's cute. I haven't seen him in like a week.
And then there was
Close your mouth.
let's see, I'm trying to think of there's Tom Nagel's character, and he was one of the 3 brothers. There's one of them was called the one was called Big Country, the other one was Zeke, and then there was Tom's character, and I forgot what Tom's character's name is. Can you look that up? Tom Nagel's character, Billy Lupus. So all of them were, just these 3 brothers. They party, they have fun, and there was a scene we had to actually ask Ali about. There was a scene where they were trying to, like, the werewolf was attacking, and the Zeke ran to get the ran to get the guns out of the refrigerator that they had, and it locked up.
Confused.
And we're very confused. Why was there a refrigerator? So she texts Lee and asks Lee that, and Lee texts back going, "Oh, you'll see," or something like, right?
He said you'll find out.
You'll find out.
I was like, why does the refrigerator have goddamn chains on it?
The funniest thing about that is she did not specify that, like, from the movie. So he what did he write, like, nuts? Like, he thought you were just actually trying to get into a locked refrigerator.
That happened.
Apparently, in Lee's world, like,
no, in my world, that would happen.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that just seemed normal to Lee. That would happen to you.
Yeah, that's okay. We're on the same page.
Yeah, that Lee would be like, you know what, that happened to Jackie. Oh, nuts, Get into a locked refrigerator. Oh, like, Lord.
They don't need to know everything.
Well, I mean, as far as I know, it's never happened yet. For you.
There's no chains in my house that I'm aware of, but I've also found a lot of shit in here I'm not aware of. So
it's true. Like, she'll be like, "Where did that come from?"
Yep.
It's just there, But there's chains on the. You're gonna come back one day.
Nope.
There's gonna be chains on the refrigerator.
I'm moving out of here way too soon for that shit to happen. I swear this apartment's been a curse and a half.
Oh, Lord. And this dog wants to get in my lap again.
He just wants attention.
I know, but...
He was born to be in the movies, too, like his mom once wanted to do. Can you make mommy some money by being on the TVs? Oh.
He would be.
This dog likes to sleep on my coffee table while I'm gone.
He's such a strange...
Which my nanny camera shows.
Yeah. So let's see. So who else is in the movie that like Stephen C. Miller? Oh, there was a really great scene that I was talking to you about. There was a line where they were talking about werewolves, and then Stephen C. Miller's character says that there's not a that what's scary. zombies are scary, you know, or whatever. And I thought it was really cool because he ended up directing a few years later, directing a movie called Automaton Transfusion. And I don't know if that was a reference to that or not, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I think it was just, he probably was a fan of zombies, maybe. You know, maybe.
I think it just happened.
You know, so, yeah. But it's kind of cool. It's like sort of foreshadowing because he was like, zombies are really cool. Then he made a zombie movie, you know, that actually kind of helped build his career up.
You're literally making a blanket of dog hair. I'm just letting you know. By scratching him like that.
Like, I mean, otherwise, I don't know what to do with them because he's in my.
You know, you could just hold him. Okay. There you go.
There we go. But anyway, so yeah, so there's a couple like little references and things that I thought was pretty neat. The movie itself, I thought was a pretty cute movie, and all in all, you know, I would definitely recommend it. I would definitely tell people to go check it out.
If you like B movies, yeah. Well, you know what? I have to say this right now. Most movies are shitty anyways. This was not bad.
Yeah. This is very good.
I don't care who releases it. Disney, whatever. Most of it's crap these days. You've already seen it. It's already been done. It's just a remake of something else.
I mean, and that was the thing. This movie was that, like, this was sort of things we've seen before. However, it was done in a fresh and original and cool way. Like,
yeah, but it also happened a long time ago, like in 2005. So
yeah, and then
if that were to come out now, I'd be like, meh.
Yeah, I've seen movies like this. You know, too many movies like this. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
So it was good for its time.
Yeah, definitely. What would you rate it? Out of like 5 stars.
What are we rating on? Are we doing the stink meter thing?
No. This is different.
Okay, from like a 1 to 10.
You know, 1 to 5.
Like 1 being bad.
1 being, bad, and 5 being good.
Out of the stuff that you've shown me.
No,
that
but
you
just like anything,
watch?
just like period. Like, what would you rate this? Like, if you could just pick something.
Okay, Lee, I'm gonna have to be honest. Like a 2.5.
Really? I was gonna go
out of all movies.
I guess, yeah. Like
out of all movies.
Yeah, indie films, like specifically too.
Oh,
this is an
okay.
indie,
I didn't know we were talking about indie films. If we're going with indie films, I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay, I was gonna give it a 3.5.
If we're going out of all
but
movies, I'm going with 2.5.
I give it a 3.5. And that's actually kind of high. I mean, because like it takes like a really hardcore, like, I don't know, movie that, you know, like whatever, you know, blows it out of the water to get like, you know, a 5. So, you know, and that's really difficult. I mean, I don't think.
Well, this thing, the thing with this is that with a lot of B movies is they lose their storyline. There's no character development. You have really no understanding of what's going on. This had all that. Mm-hmm. It did have character development. It did have a storyline. You did understand. It even had like a love angle, right? Know? So you understood what was going on. It was shot well. There was some cheesy writing, but what B movie doesn't? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I give it a 4 out of indie movies. Like a lot of indie movies you watch and you're just like, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. Yeah. Like the storyline, there is no storyline. There is no character development.
Exactly. There's no character development, and the story kind of goes on its own like little weird path, and you don't understand, like you get confused.
Yeah, and so you're like,
yeah.
What's happening here? I didn't have to ask.
You didn't have to ask.
I only had to ask about the refrigerator.
Yeah, and I was thinking
which was soon. If I would have just been patient, I would have found out.
Definitely. So, you agree, Zeke? You agree?
He always agrees.
Hi. Okay, thank you. But yeah, so, well, I think that pretty much covers it, you know? If you guys get a chance to check it out, please do, and let us know what you guys think. If you like Zeke and want to put him in one of your movies, let us know.
Yeah, please let me know.
You know, she will gladly let you take him for a few weeks and stuff and put him in the movie.
No, you can't take him. I'll be there. You pay for him, not for me, but I'll be there. 'Cause he goes nowhere without mommy.
Oh, that's true. He can survive without mommy.
He's a mommy's dog.
He can survive without mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But yeah, no. If you want to put him in one of your movies, feel free. He's a handful.
He has he has sharks on right now because he's dangerous.
I thought it was because of the asylum, but we're trying to do some kind of reference to that. I don't know.
He's got sharks on right now.
He's got no tornadoes.
No.
Well, thank you guys for checking this out. Tune in tomorrow where we'll have another fun 31 days of indie horror all the way up to 31. So there's 31 movies and 31 guests. So
why is it always 1 and 3s? Ugh.
Yeah.
We'll explain next time.
Yeah, maybe sometime. Well, thank you guys for checking this out. Have a good one. Bye.